Well, everybody, Shabbat Shalom, Parshat Teruma. And really, of course, there's been one topic of conversation that is flying around the world at the moment and captivating everyone's attention. And that is the sensation, the viral sensation of this game, Wordle. Everybody is talking about it. So many people are playing it. Lawrence clearly doesn't. But it is really a worldwide phenomenon, so much so that it's been bought out by the New York Times for an undisclosed seven-figure sum. What is Wordle and how does it connect to this week's parasha? And is this just a desperate ploy to try and seem relevant and current? Let's find out together. So this game, of course, made by the Welsh-born engineer Josh Wardle, a mere 38 years old. And he made this game for his partner, Palak Shah, who was very bored during lockdown, but she likes word games, so he created a word game. Turns out he'd actually invented it back in 2013, but he created this game for and shared it with his partner so that she could have something to do. And it's caught on. In October 2021, he released it. It's flown around the world since then. Not a day goes by where you don't see so many people on Facebook sharing their statuses. It's clearly caught the world's attention. But I do see three key similarities between this game and this week's Parashat Teruma, in which we talk about the building of the Mishkan. Says the Torah at the beginning of this week's Sedra, V'yikchu li truma me'et kol ish asher yidvenu libo. Hashem tells Moshe to tell the Jewish people that they should take for themselves contributions of different materials, of gold and silver and fabrics and all these different things that the Torah talks about, and they are going to contribute these things towards the building of the Mishkan, the portable home for the Shekhinah, for the divine presence. And the Torah says, Hashem says, that it should be donations and contributions as much as your heart desires. Whatever you think you want to contribute, whatever works for you, that's what I want to see you giving. And this is where I really see how much of a connection there is between this game, which gets talked about a lot, and the Mishkan, which doesn't get talked about as much. But here's the thing, right? This game was Josh Wardle's attempt to do something above and beyond for his partner, to go the extra mile in their relationship. See, he could have just gone out and bought her a book of crosswords or a book of word searches or printed a few things off the internet to tide her over during her boredom. But he didn't. He saw it in his heart that this was important to him, that he wanted to do something special and something unique, something personal and something meaningful for his beloved. And so he goes the extra mile, does something extra for her, for his relationship with her, to show how much he cares, to show how much she means to him. And in a similar vein, this whole expectation, this whole request from the Almighty for people to give what their heart desires plays on a similar chord. How much do we want to go above and beyond and go the extra mile for our relationship? What does our relationship mean to us? So that's comparison number one. Comparison number two is a famous phrase, starts in the Gemara in Brachot, a story about Rabbi Yochanan going to see his friend Rabbi Elazar, who is in bed, extremely ill, and he sees that Rabbi Elazar is crying, and he's trying to work out why he's crying, and he says, maybe you're crying because you haven't learnt enough Torah, but if that's the case, you've got nothing to be upset about. And here comes a famous phrase from Rabbi Yochanan, which gets used in a number of different places, including how much wine to drink on Purim, and the phrase is, Echad hamarbeh, ve'echad hamamit, uvilvad shichaven libo lashamayim. Whether you're doing a lot or whether you're doing just a little bit, the only thing that matters to the Almighty is that you're directing your efforts towards Him. We have another phrase, Rachmana liba bai. All Hashem wants from us is our hearts. It's not about whether we're doing a lot or whether we're doing a little, but are we doing those things with a focus of doing them for the right reasons? Are we trying to build, maintain, strengthen our relationship with Hashem or with those around us, or are there other reasons as well? And so that is our second comparison with this he's not really an entrepreneur, is he? Because he didn't do it for the money. In fact, he explicitly said that he doesn't want to monetize it. He doesn't want advertisements. He just wants to be a very straightforward and simple initiative and idea for his beloved. And that's where I see comparison number 3. Not everything has to be about fanfare. Not everything has to be about accolades. It's about the purity of the heart. It's about the sincerity of the intention behind it. He didn't do it for the money. And in a similar vein, there are no plaques in the Mishkan. Everybody was giving because they wanted to be able to give and because they wanted to be able to contribute, not because of what was in it for them. And really, this plays into a recurring theme that I speak about often, that our relationship with the Almighty and the relationships that we have with anybody that we encounter are only going to be as strong as the one who wants it the least. How much does it mean to us? How much effort do we want to put in? How much are we doing it because we want something in return? How big are we trying to go, or how small are we trying to go? The important thing is that we care and that we're trying and that we want to be able to have that relationship. It's no coincidence, friends, that our Jewish homes are called a mikdash ma'at. The environment of a Jewish home, the experience of a strong Jewish marriage earns the name mikdash ma'at, a miniature mikdash, a miniature temple, a miniature place of holiness. It's also no coincidence, by the way, that the word heart is 5 letters, and it's a really good word to start your Wordle quiz with whenever you choose to do so. And for that, we'll say Shabbat Shalom.